In a game where the New York Knicks did not have their A-plus stuff, a little bit lethargic, a little bit stuck in the mud, a lot of backdoor cuts, a lot of second chance points, and a lot of fast break points for Toronto. There were moments throughout this game where I thought the New York Knicks effort was lousy, but when we got to crunch time, when we officially got to clutch time in the final 5 minutes of this ball game with the game in between a 5-point lead, your New York Knicks, they showed up and they showed out. And major shout out to the big bodega, Karl Anthony Towns, New York, New effing York. Karl Anthony Towns hits 2 dagger threes in the late part of this game to put it on ice. The New York Knicks were up 110-108. There was still time left on the game clock. Shot clock was still turned on, and the Knicks did not get a bucket. The Raptors were going to get the ball back with an opportunity to tie or win the game. But Karl Anthony Towns, with no Brunson in the game because the offense for defense switch, catches a weak side pass from OG Anunoby, and from 28 foot, lines it up and knocks it down. And he put the game on ice. Overall, the New York Knicks offense was still good. You scored only 113 points, which is crazy. We're saying only at this point. We're used to them putting up 120 plus, but over 51% from the field, over 42% from three. And the New York Knicks really caught fire from downtown in that fourth quarter. Karl Anthony Towns hit 2 threes in that fourth quarter. Mikal Bridges hit a 3 to take the lead. The Knicks were down 106-105, and Mikal Bridges, I think you could say, hit his biggest shot as a Knick so far through his 25-game sample size, and honestly, he had probably his best shooting game of the season. I know not a season high in points for him tonight, but 5 of 8 from 3, 9 of 14 from the field. He was really good, man. He goes 4 of 6 from inside the arc, but that left side corner 3 where he puts the Knicks up by 106-105, was a momentum-shifting shot that he hadn't hit yet as a Knick, but he found a way to get it done and hit a big-time shot in a big-time moment for the New York Knicks. Jalen Brunson left the game in this one due to an ankle injury, came back and played, and he was a maestro on the court. A little bit erratic from the free throw line was Jalen Brunson, but I thought overall he played a pretty good game. Did have 3 turnovers, but hey, when you have 11 assists, you could afford to have 3 turnovers. He had a great feed as well in that fourth quarter where he hit a cutting Hart, I believe it was. Late in the fourth, if I do remember correctly, it was Cat. Yeah, exactly. My bad. It was Cat underneath. Throws a skip pass from the top of the key down low, and Karl Anthony Towns made a 1-foot layup with 36 seconds to put the Knicks up 110-108. So Karl Anthony Towns scores the final 5 points of the game. Brunson has an assist on the go-ahead bucket to 110-108, and then OG Anunoby gets the assist from Karl Anthony Towns with the dagger as he celebrated his first big moment as a New York Knick, holding his jersey to the side and says, New York, New effing York, kind of like that guy John Starks once did. OG Anunoby had an all right game. I thought he was okay, but he had a couple of standout defensive plays, and he had the defensive play of the ball game when it was 110-108. Toronto has the ball. RJ Barrett goes to the basket. He tries to lay it up, and OG Anunoby met him at the top of the mountain, and he sent his shit packing. Hell of a defensive play by Anunoby. That's why you bring him here. That's why you add him. That's why you go out and make the trade that you did for a game changer on the defensive side of the floor. And in crunch time, when it mattered most, he did that. Did not shoot the ball well from 3. Has been a little bit inconsistent there over the last week or so. He'll tighten it up, and I believe he'll continue to make big-time shots for this team. But overall, a good defensive game for him, especially in that fourth quarter. Not the best game from Josh Hart, but he did what he had to do. 10 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. I'll always take 1 of 2 from 3 from him and 4 of 9 from the field in totality. Goes 3 of 7 from inside the arc. He missed a couple of easy bunnies. He had entered the game as the second leader in rim field goal percentage in the league, but he missed a couple of easy layups. But the Knicks found a way to win. They found a way to win. My question to you is this. The Knicks MVP versus the Raptors was blank. Fill it in for me. Was it Bridges, who pretty much hit the big shot of the game? I know Cat's going to get a lot of that look. Cat scores the final 5 points. Brunson has 11 dimes. Anunoby with the block at the buzzer. Not the buzzer, but to essentially give the Knicks the ball up by 2 with less than 10, 12, 15, 25 seconds to go, and they get a win. You can go Cat, you can go Bridges, you can go OG. Let me know your thoughts. We'll talk more about this game coming up in a second. First, though, I got to give a major shout-out to our sponsor, Game Time. If you're looking for last-minute tickets to go to a Knicks game this year, or last-minute tickets in general to go to a concert, maybe you want to go to an NFL game, download the Game Time app and use that promo code ChatSports, and you get $20 off your first purchase where terms do apply. You get the best seats for the lowest prices, guaranteed. Prices actually drop as the event gets closer. You get to see your seat view in the app. You get to access your tickets from your phone. And it's very easy to resell your tickets as well. I've used all the ticketing apps out there before, and none of them come close to Game Time. And really, it's because of these two features that I love. The all-in pricing feature. The price you see is the price you pay. Also, the app will alert you when great deals are going on. I got a push notification for this Giants Saints game from this past Sunday where they said there was a super deal going on. You could sit in the lower bowl for $37. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. So download the app, create an account, and use that promo code ChatSports. That's ChatSports for $20 off your first purchase where terms do apply. All that information will be clickable down in the comments and description of today's video. I thought Miles McBride hit some big shots for the New York Knicks. 26 minutes for him. 8 points. Thing that stuck out to me for him, 5 assists. He moved the ball. He found a way to get people involved. Brunson had to come out for a little bit of the game. Only 31 minutes for Hart tonight. That's interesting. Brunson finishes with 34. But McBride able to move and groove with the ball when he was out. Big ups to Precious Achiuwa. I thought he played well. I thought he played really good, to be quite honest with you. He was a +5, the second highest off the bench, fourth on the team. Had a couple of great defensive possessions in this ball game. A couple of weak side blocks, 2 blocks for Precious Achiuwa, and he had 2 offensive rebounds. And that's what he's going to bring to this team. Energy, effort, grit, and grind type of mentality. He had a nice push shot from the dotted line. Kind of looked like Isaiah Hartenstein a little bit. But something to take note of. Third game for Precious Achiuwa. And he's already taken the minutes from Jericho Sims. So that's that. I think Precious Achiuwa is going to be the big off the bench for the Knicks. They did at time lack some size, I thought. Specifically on the rebounding part of the game, I thought their interior defense was fine. Perimeter defense was a little bit shaky. But overall, you allowed 17 offensive rebounds for Toronto, just 6 for the Knicks. You're not going to win many games in this league when you get out-rebounded by 11 on the offensive boards. Knicks got to tighten it up there. That comes down to grit. That comes down to grind. I know it comes down to skill and size as well. And when you have Achiuwa playing the center spot and Anunoby playing the 4, you're sacrificing some of that. But they got to find a way to be better on the glass. It's not a stop on defense until you get that rebound. So got to improve there. Love, though, again, moving and grooving with the ball. 42 made shots, 32 assists. Knicks continue to play unselfish basketball. Good game for RJ Barrett as well. I was really impressed by him. Unable to close the deal for them down the stretch, but man, 30 points on 24 shots, 8 rebounds, 4 assists. He came out hot. He was clearly motivated. He can get to that left hand, even if that's his only move in the bag. Good to see him continue to improve. Hope that he continues to get better. Scotty Barnes also left the game with a foot injury. Hopefully he is okay and can return as soon as possible for the Raptors. Overall, very impressed with the way RJ played. Your Knicks going to win, though. Knicks going to win 113-108. They've won 4 out of 5, and I think they've now have won 10 out of their last 13. Don't check my math, but I think that's correct. I think that is correct. Make sure you are following me on social media. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Instagram @MarshallGreen_. Hit me up over there, and let's go Knicks.